Hello everyone and welcome to the wonderful world of whitetails. This is BT Archer here, Martin Ingram, just so you know my name. This is what's growing in the field now. We got a little bit more, a little more food. It's been found, you'll see some of that. I want to tell a little story about this field, how it came about. I'm going to mention a name, Jim Blackbird cleared this field for me. And there's a little story behind it. I'll tell you what that is. But you remember this video of the fawn and the doe? 11:18 a.m. 6:24:16. The next clip was an hour and wait a minute, almost 2 hours later. Sorry, it was 2.5 hours later, and Jim is coming back out of the field with his excavator. Nice job, Jim. Nice trail, love it. Thank you, Jim. Now say hello to Jim's bucket. It's saying hello to me. Thing that happened here was I sent my son down to put a camera on a tree near the new food plot that's being made, and we got our connections messed up with which tree. The tree he put it on was the very same tree that filmed that big moose the year before. But I was hoping he'd put it on a tree down the trail from here that enters this food plot. We misunderstood each other. But Jim's bucket saw the camera, and it gave me its opinion of it. It says, okay, you tell me to knock this tree down, you put a camera on it. What's with that, boy? Well, Jim's bucket had his say. Anyway, Jim took the camera down off the tree, and then the bucket took care of the tree. And that's how we got our food plot. Thanks again, Jim. Sorry about the camera. Now let's get back to talking about bucks and whitetails. Daytime, August 13th, this little 6-pointer. I'm trying to figure out exactly how many bucks I have using my property. I see them face to face, but it's hard when they're velvet, and it's hard when most of them are nocturnal. This is the first buck that hit this food plot in the daylight hours. And it's early day, 6:47 a.m. He's a nice 6-pointer though, young. I'm thinking he's one of the twins, but I ain't sure. But that's counting him as one. Now this guy and the narrow 6 look a lot alike. But unless you think this buck could grow spikes as long as the narrow 6 in 4 days, that's got to be number 2. Using the food plot anyway. He's still nocturnal. It was still nocturnal up till the 13th. That was like I say, that 6-pointer is the first one I saw come in daylight hours. Well, let's look at another buck. Now this one coming up is a spike, and I'm trying to figure out something. I think this is a different spike. This would now be the newest, youngest, smallest buck on the property. As he turns his head, you'll see he's got a long spike and a short one. See, as he goes away, it's below his ear. The other one's above his ear. I know his head's turning down a little bit. I know that. But on that spike is a different spike, and this spike is 20 days earlier. So that's 4, my opinion. Now this is black tip. I only know it because of the later video as he's starting to walk away. He's a full-blown 8-pointer. Now, look at this nice rack when he comes up. It's not as wide as pinstripes or the wide 5 right or the wide 5 left, which I'm going to ask you to look at, but that's a nice rack. He's a full-blown 8. He's looking good. He's there a lot at that food plot. Now this is pinstripe. You can tell by he's got split on each side. He's got one brow tine, 7-pointer. Nice looking buck. And he's going to let me know who he is. By the way, this is number 8. By doing a little stretch of his butt. Hey, I'm pinstripe. Put me in the video. Dang-gummit. There you go, pinstripe. Now this buck I call the wide 5 left. He's got a split on this side making him a 5. I don't see any brow tines. and nothing on the right side, like Pinstripe does. So this is a different buck. Number 7 or 6. I losing count, but I'm counting. I think I got 9 when I get there. Now this buck I'm calling the wide 5 right. If you look at him, he's wider. I think he's the buck from the very first portion of the first video I put out when he's just walking across the field. But there he's got a split on the right side, and he's wide. So wide 5 right. That makes sense, doesn't it, you? I'm losing my count on which deer I got now. Son of a gun. Next. So that makes me pretty sure that I have at least 9 bucks and 2 does using this food plot. And because of the activity of these does, I think I need more food plots. This one's keeping that one out of the plot, which means she's protecting it for something, not letting the other one eat. Whereas if I had multiple food plots, if a doe was kicked out of one food plot, it would go to another one and have a place to eat nearby, still on my property. So it would keep coming. If this doe keeps kicking her out, she's not going to come back. You know what I'm saying? Another piece of evidence that tells me I've got to get more food plots is this one coming up. These 2 bucks, big bucks. I think one of them is black tip. 8 points, I think. The other one I cannot identify. But they obviously don't know each other because Pinstripe and black tip have been here together for almost every other night. One of them's here every night, but bang! See? He's saying, get out. Wait a minute, he says, I'm not moving. Just as big as you are, I'm not moving. I'm eating. I want you out. I call this video bang, but it tells me that, oh no, now the bucks are going to fight over the food plot, which means somebody will win and somebody will move out. But granted, I know once the rut starts, they're going to split up and go all over the place, and they'll be fighting all over the place. I'm thinking about rattling my brains out during hunting season. But I do need more food plots to keep them on this property. Now, all sorts of funny things can happen in front of a video camera. Here's 3 bucks on my land. That over there, I believe, is Pinstripe. This one is black tip, and that is that other buck that just got his head bopped, which I can't identify. He doesn't look like wide left or wide right. He looks like a big 4. But until I get a facial, I really can't be sure there's a 10th buck. It might be. If I'm lucky, he is. But like I was saying, all sorts of funny things happen on the camera when you guys started eating. Watch the beginning of this video closely. I almost broke out laughing when I thought of this. Here it is, black tip. Black tip saying, man, what'd you do? Fart? In the food plot? What are you farting in my food plot for? Do you see that? Pinstripe, he farted. Pinstripe says, well, I told you not to go back there, man. Wow, that's bad. That's really bad, man. You stink. You're stinking up the whole plot. Well, if you listen to what I say, and all the 4 pointers is, if you smelt it, you dealt it. That's B.T. Archer and Martin Ingram. Wonderful World of Whitetails. Hope to see you again soon.